Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of Energized. Ross, introduce the guest, man.
We have Ian, the future Cage Warriors welterweight champion of the world, Garry.
Ian, what's up, boys? How are we?
Doing great, Ian. Doing great, Ian. Ian, I'm just going to bring this back a bit, okay? Back in February 2019, you came to Ross's house. You were 1-0. You told us you've been on the show now. This is the 9th appearance on the show. I feel like you deserve a jersey at this stage, or maybe a belt, but we'll get into that. But then, in 10 days' time, Ian, you're going to be fighting for the title. You told us that was the one thing that was behind you, driving you, and now you're about to actually live out a dream next Saturday in the main event. How does that feel now in the countdown to Cage Warriors?
You know what? Again, it feels very like the fight's at a fight. But for me, like, I really feel like I am the champion. I've said this multiple times. I've talked to you about this. Like, I feel like that belt's already mine. And that, like, this whole tournament was made around me. It was made to slow me down. But knowing that when I win this fight, I'm going to get that belt wrapped around me, it's a nice feeling. It's a nice image. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to stand there with my beautiful gear on. I'm going to get that belt wrapped around my waist, and I'm just going to go, I am so good looking. Still pretty. standing in front of that camera going, God, I am a good looking man.
And Ian, tell us this. Do you reckon this could be your last time the Cage Warriors cage?
Well, I suppose that's all down to how good a performance I put on. If it's anything like I plan on, potentially. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I think the UFC could come snap me up if they think that 7-0, undefeated, best prospect in Europe, prettiest champion in the world, if that's anything that they want for their roster, I think that would be pretty smart. Yeah, I think it'd be good move, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And if not, though, would you be interested going out to San Diego and fighting on that card?
Again, look, I've got this fight to deal with. I want to win the belt, and then we'll see what happens. But look, I am inevitably going to be in the UFC regardless. So that's the main aim. As long as they are the best organization in the world, and they have all the best fighters, that is exactly where I'm going to be. So we'll take this fight, and then we'll see what happens.
You know what, Basmo? That's a much more calculated, slowed down version of being Garry. So maybe we're seeing a bit of maturity with this.
Bit of professionalism, boys. Bit of professionalism. We're moving up in the world a little bit.
No, it's great. It's great to see just the evolution of yourself, and like as you just like you went on leaps and bounds in every fight, and now like after being on the journey, well, since like February, if not longer, seeing you now like just going into it next weekend, it's just it's a crazy story to actually follow, and then like going to see you follow it through as well. We just wish we were there, man. You know what I mean? It's unreal.
Stop, dude.
But like Ian, obviously everyone knows you for like your style, the way you go in, even the shorts. If people are listening, Ian has all the shorts in the background up there with the gloves. But Ian, like you obviously took a hiatus off social media as well. Like what made you do that, and how do you feel coming out of that now as well?
Well, just in general. So like lately I've basically, like, obviously social media is a part of the new age of kind of, you see it a lot with, like, and I know it's a brilliant example, but like Jake and Logan Paul are a perfect example of how like social media and entertainment, the fact that they're YouTubers, they can manifest stuff because they've got that power, right? You look at like followers now, like it's not the way the sport should be, but followers matter nowadays, because it shows the power you have. And I'm all right with that, because if I have more followers than someone else and I've worked hard to, it's not about followers, but if I have a bigger following, right, you deserve more, right, because you've worked harder to get them. But social media is obviously something that is needed to help grow the brand, to help grow my platform, to help get people more interested in my fight, because I want to advertise it, let them know what's going on. Here's how it is, hype them up a little bit. But lately I've knocked notifications off on all my groups, all my, like, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, like everything. The only thing I have on is WhatsApp, just for people who want to get in touch with me. That's it. So I've knocked it all off, and dude, it's quite refreshing. I find myself not on my phone as much. I've obviously got a new apartment that I'm trying to like enjoy. I've got a world title fight that I'm training for. I don't want to be on my phone, so one thing I'm practicing is to be more present in stuff. I don't want to be on my phone anywhere near as much, and I'm just living in the moment. enjoying the journey, enjoying this amazing dream. As you said, like I am literally living the dream, lads. A minute ago, I was upstairs trying to call you, sunbathing on the roof. I was going to do it topless on the roof, and it fucking wasn't working. I could messages, I could talk to you on WhatsApp. Link wasn't working for me somehow. It was acting the bollocks. So I ran down here, got it done. But I was going to do it. Like, it's literally, I'm enjoying life as it happens, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I feel like people are on their phones a lot lately, and so I like golf. I get to go out and walk and not be on my phone. I just be in my head, think about the fight, enjoy time with my mates or on my own, and yeah, I enjoy it. So it's been really nice, really refreshing.
I think everyone listening could probably do it, taking a bit of time off their phone and you know, being living in the moment, as you say. That's always
it's not much. It's just not spending hours on it during the day. Like, it's like you find yourself very unproductive. So like at night time, I'll go on absolutely check, see if anything's happened, but I try to stay off as much as I can.
Yeah, in fairness, I was actually listening to John Kavanagh the other day, and he said, if you catch yourself, he was actually speaking to his Instagram story, which is slightly ironic, and he goes, if you catch yourself watching this now, he goes, I want you to put your phone down, stop scrolling, walk away from your gaff for 20 minutes, and then walk back to your gaff, and then you'll be done 40 minutes of a walk. And I was like, you know what, that's actually not a terrible idea. I was actually out for a walk at the time, so like, that was fine, but I probably shouldn't be like looking at Instagram stories when I'm out walking, you know, live in the moment, not. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
Ian, let's talk a bit about training and the build up to this. Like, has things changed in the lead up to this as well? And like, what has Chris been saying to you in the build up as well? Because obviously this is going to be your biggest moment. I know there's bigger moments to come in the future. Excuse the pun, but like, what is he saying to you now? And like, how's training going in the build up to it?
I don't think it's changed. It's very similar to what we do. We look, what we've done has worked all the way till now. So we've just adapted a little bit to kind of give myself the best chance. Like we always do. We train smart, we train hard, and every time we step into that cage, we're ready and prepared for the fight. And it's the exact same. I'm ready for whatever happens in that cage. I'm very confident that no matter what happens, I'm going to go in there and smash Jack Grant. That's it. Plain and simple.
you know what? You could almost watch every Ian Garry interview, and they're almost nearly going to be the exact same, because that confidence and that charisma is always going to be there, and like you're going to get that soundbite off every single time. Yeah. I don't know if you saw, but we were speaking to John Mitchell, who's over in Dubai at the moment, and he actually was sparring with Conor McGregor when he was over there. And something he sort of said to me actually stuck with me and actually reminded me of you. We asked him, like, what makes Conor McGregor different to everyone? And he said his composure. And to me, that's when I see Ian Garry, I look at him and think composure. From the walkout to the minute he gets his hand raised, he's the most relaxed man I've seen in the octagon in a very long time.
Yeah.
Ian, where does that composure come from?
The composure
you don't have to say I taught you anything, but like, carry on.
Yeah. the composure comes from confidence, and the confidence comes from endless hard work. Like, I've been saying this to a couple of lads in the gym, and just people who ask me these questions. It's like, there is no secret behind success. Of course, I'm very talented, and I'm very lucky to be blessed with the skill, with the athleticism I have. But like, that's all well and good. I can have all the athleticism and I can have everything, but if I don't have the right mental attitude and the right dedication and hard work and the heart to do what I do and to keep pushing, to consistently, constantly move forward and work my ass off, then I wouldn't be as confident as I am. I wouldn't sit here in front of you and tell you so easily that like I'm going to smash anyone who steps in front of me. I'm so well prepared for anything to happen. And it's just from hard work. I work harder than anyone else, and that's it. It's like, and every fight camp, I work harder. Every fight camp, I adapt, I change little bits to get better. And that is consistently why you see a better version of me every time in the cage. This fight, I'll be bigger, I'll be better, I'll be stronger. I know I hate people saying that, but it's fucking true. It's the truth. I'm growing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm still growing into my frame. I'm still like fucking getting this like size. I'm fucking bigger. My chest is bigger. My back is bigger. My arms, like, and I'm faster. I'm fitter. It just tune in on the 26th of June and watch. You'll see.
Ian, Sir Alex Ferguson a while ago said that he would encourage his players to get like into relationships or get married young, so they just like they have that sorted and they don't need to be like
Yeah.
not concentrate on the goal. Like obviously you're in a very like high enough profile relationship now. Do you think being in that it just like keeps you just totally like with the what's that called
The
when you
blinkers on.
blinkers on the blinders, the peakers, the blinders.
blinkers,
Do,
yeah.
you, do you think that's like helped you as well? Just not take your eyes off the goal.
I don't think it's not helped me take the eyes on the goal. I think it motivates me. And I mean, work ethic and hard work from her is ridiculous. She works hard. I talk about working hard. I don't do 18 hours of fucking working in a desert and be bollocks. You know what I mean? Come home, sleep for 4 hours and do it all again. Like, I don't do that. I have a very easy life. It's very, very easy. I wake up, I train, I come home, I eat, I sleep, I train, I eat, I sleep, I train, I do it all over again. That's my life. It's very simple. It's not that hard. Do you know what I mean? The work I do is hard, but it's an easy life. And having someone who helps motivate you and someone you can gain motivation from so easily just by the way she speaks, the way she talks, everything like that. It's brilliant. So I couldn't ask for anything more. I'm extremely happy and I look forward to the journey we're going on. Do you know what I mean? It's an exciting new chapter in my life that I'm looking forward to sharing. So
That's great. That's great, man.
No, absolutely. That was a lovely question, Pasmo.
very nice question.
Be cute, guys. But yeah, man, two of the hardest grafters in the game. Ian, tell us this: when it comes down to it, and the cage door closes, you and Jack Grant and the referee are in there. How long does this fight last, and how does it finish? Are we looking for another highlight reel knockout?
Always looking for highlight reel finishes. Absolutely always. How long does it last? He'll get out of the first round purely because I don't want to finish him in the first. Look, he'll be lucky if he makes it out in the second. He's definitely not making it past the third.
And also, like, obviously you've gone very quiet, and we actually really enjoyed watching the build up to the fights, all the training, all the pictures, all the stuff. You know what I mean? Like, we're really big fans of Team KF and everything Chris and Tom are doing there. But like, is there anything we can look forward to in the build up? Is there going to be any like not sort of vlogs, but sort of behind the scenes sort of stuff? Obviously, Cage Warriors do their sort of build up videos. Is there anything that we can look forward to seeing in the build up in the next 10 days?
There's some stuff that we're working on. Some stuff that's going to happen, hopefully, that will be released soon. But there'll definitely be content going up over the next 10 days. We're gonna absolutely do that. Don't you worry. We're gonna be making sure that everyone's ready and ready to go for this world title fight. It's the biggest fight of my life, and the reason I'm kind of taking a step back from social media over the last couple of weeks is because I've been working hard. It's because I want to put my head down. But yeah, absolutely. I want people to be excited. I want people to tune in, and I want people to see this highlight finish. It's going to be a highlight reel KO. Look, you know what, lads. You know what I'm like. I'm always looking for. Look, I'm the main event on Saturday night, right?
Yeah, man. You've been saying this for ages, man. I'm like, I'm so like excited.
I'm
like,
always the main event. Right?
In fairness, you're always our main event anyway.
Right? I'm always the main event, right? It's my fucking show every time. When I'm on it, who do people talk about after the fights? Me. End of, right? It's always my show. Why? Because I show up time and time again. When we stand under those bright lights, who performs the best? Me. And I'm going to do the exact same thing again, and no one in the world is going to be able to stop me, right? I'm going to get that belt wrapped around my waist, and I'm going to have a big fucking smile on my face. I'm going to stand there looking this pretty, right? And I'm just going to be like, everyone, I've said this for fucking years that I'm going to be a Cage Warriors World Champion and that I'm going to the UFC. It is just written. It's the path. No one is going to be able to stop me, and I'm just going to sit there and go, what did I tell everyone? I was right. I am inevitable.
It's
Ian,
absolutely
true. Who's going over with you? Will it be Cole, Tom, and Chris? Or is your dad going as well?
No, so it is going to be Chris Fields and my strength and conditioning coach John Carroll. I cannot wait to have him in my corner. Me and him have put in so much fucking work since my recovery from the James Sheen fight when I broke my hand.
Yeah.
So since about March, April or May of 2019, me and him have basically worked non-stop to get my fitness to where I want it to be, my strength to where I want it to be. And there's been so much work over the last couple of months that has really, really benefited me, and I can really see the difference. So I'm absolutely delighted to have him in my corner. It's the first time he's going to be in my corner. He's one of my closest friends, and he's just possibly the funniest guy I've ever met. Honestly, I'd love you to speak to him. He is hilarious. But yeah, he's like that diamond in the rough. Like when we find him, he is going to be that person that, like, when we get on UFC Embedded, when we get on all these videos, everyone's going to be talking about him, not me. Him. He's just that type of guy. He's brilliant. So I'm really excited to have him and Chris in my corner. And then we get in and get that belt wrapped around my waist, and that's the job done.
Yeah. Ian, we know you're very, very busy, so we're going to let you go now in 1 minute. But
gotta go train and win a world title, boys. That's what it's about. This
is obviously the 9th time you've been on the show. Like, and hopefully the 10th is going to be with the belt as well. But like, and we can't wait to go down to Team KF as well, with seeing the belt and everything is just like Chris and Tom, what they've done with that gym is unreal. And also shout out, there's 6 Irish lads on this trilogy. There's yourself, Redzer, Decky, Leon, Kieran, and John McColgan as well. Like, so there's like a load of Irish people to watch out for as well next week. Ross, and else to say before we wrap things up?
No, Ian, I would say best of luck, but it's something you've never ever needed. Just go in there, do your thing, and you'll be the first Irish Cage Warriors champion in a very long time. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I appreciate the well wishes. I don't need it, but I'll absolutely take it. Right? Always
there we
take
go.
it. I'll always take it. No, I'm really looking forward to this. Well, potentially Joe could be the first Irish champion because he's fighting on the Friday night. But look, we'll forget about Joe, right? As much as I love Joe, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a big night. It's going to be a big weekend of fights, and I'm going to look to finish it off with that cherry on top, as I always do. Get that highlight reel finish, get that belt wrapped on my waist, and sit there and be like.
And so, someone ring Dana White and tell Venom that they need purple shorts for the UFC.
Yeah, ones that aren't backwards as well.
It's a brand at this stage. It's not happening, right? It's gonna happen when I sign for the UFC, right? Because it's inevitable. I'm gonna get purple shorts. I will make sure that. I don't care about anything else. Just give me purple shorts. The evolution is gonna be from purple and yellow to purple and black.
The Americans are gonna be like, why is the Irish guy not wearing the green?
I think nowadays the green is more related to the Nigerian. Like if you look at like all the lads are wearing Izzy has he wearing green? No, he's been wearing black and thing. But like all the they've all
Sadiq Yusuf I think was wearing dark green.
Yeah, and it looks brilliant. But I suppose
you probably have to give your own customization.
It's only been Conor, really. I'm just trying to think it. I'm trying to think there.
Yeah, well, if Bryce Mitchell can get camo shorts, Ian Garry can get purple shorts. Put it that
I'm
way.
getting purple shorts. Yeah. Don't you worry about that. That's 100% happening. Leave that with me.
Ian, I think it's the best way to finish it if you tell the people what, like, obviously you've been on this journey. You're now about to like go in next weekend and actually just see off this chapter of your life.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to say to people now that are like striving and just are going for something in their life, and like you're actually about to go in and fulfill it? What could you say to them just to wrap things up?
Yeah, well, regardless of what it is, I've always been a big believer of put 110% of everything you have into it. Don't go into anything half-arsed. Like, it's great always having a plan B, right? Everyone says, oh, you should have a backup. Well, I don't need a backup if my first plan's going to work out. And if I have a backup, I'm preparing to fail. Do you know what I mean? And this isn't something I want to be preparing to fail for. So for me, it would be give it your all. You've only got one life. Work your ass off. Get whatever you want. Succeed whatever way you want to succeed. And make sure you have a good time doing it. Do you know what I mean? I'm laughing here. I'm laughing here because I'm thinking about a show, but it's actually very funny. It's a very good quote. It's like, don't make making a living get in the way of making a life. It's quite funny. Do you know what I mean? Because it was in a comedy and it was brilliant. But that's why I'm laughing. But it's something like that. It's like, don't work yourself that you don't enjoy what you're doing. Make sure you always enjoy the process. You see me, I enjoy every step of the way because it's memories. You're making memories every way. Anytime you get a paycheck, it's a memory. Anytime you do something good, you should celebrate. It's a memory. Enjoy it, put everything you have into it, and just live the best life you possibly can because you only have fucking one.
Yeah. Also, I want to mention as well, myself and Ross were featured on 2 UFC countdowns, and the third one is
Legends.
going to be on UFC 264 as well. So it's obviously the Conor versus Dustin card. Like that's big for us, big for you. We've been on the same sort of journey. Obviously, we didn't have to get in the cage now, but we don't get a belt either, you know. But like, yeah, Ross.
That's
Ross,
fun.
what do you want to say
That's what
about
I
that,
enjoy,
Ross?
lads. That's my fun. That's my free time. Think about it. I get to come in and literally physically assault another human being and get away with it. If I
don't
done
get
that,
paid for
I'd
it.
be locked up, right? But instead, I get praised for it because it's a good performance.
Man, you're an absolute animal. For those of you who are watching at home, make sure to check out Ian's fight. It will be on daytime Saturday, as far as where.
Daytime, I'd imagine it'll be about 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m.
Don't worry, we'll make sure everyone knows beforehand. Again, if you are watching this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, follow Ian Garry on all his social channels. And as always,
Stay
energized.
Energized.